Heritage Festival has definitely served to pivot and put a lot of things that are uniquely ours, you know, and we'll have it on the calendar. Of course, if you are here for the 2 weeks, you should check out a lot of other stuff like the Natural Treasures, the Tobago Old Time Wedding. There's a lot of song and play. There's Golden Lane, there's Black Rock. There's a lot of stuff that you could check out as well, and I'll give you those calendar stuff as the time goes along. So it's all about the Tobago Heritage Festival, and just to give you some quotes, I think speaking from the theater director herself, Miss Gordon Holder, tonight's production definitely serves to remind persons that it is our responsibility and our choice to preserve and uphold our heritage and traditions, you know, for the future generations to come. It is a choice of our responsibility. Yeah. So just looking into the stands, we almost have the lights are still on. We're seeing a couple of people coming in. At the beginning, there's a grand opening, a person signing their names, of course, making a tribute. It's a signature book, well, a signature wall, I would say. And one of the characters on stage tonight would be the life and journey of Mr. George Stanley Beard, who sadly would have passed on this year. He has made such remarkable contributions to the island. He has been such a wonderful gem, a walking dictionary. We see whose story brought you here. Leave your mark, tell your story, and that's wonderful because the theme is let we tell the whole story. And we were brought up in Tobago based on the oral traditions, and this theatre, or the Tobago Heritage Festival, and the theatre production sort of serves to preserve those oral productions, because sadly those persons who would have, the pioneers and so on, who would have made their mark initially, are passing on to the promised land, you know, looking down on us from heaven. So we have to hope that the ancestors are really proud of what we are doing. We see persons here in the hallway looking quite regal. They're coming out in the best. It's an opening gala, and I mean, why not? It's a place to really dress up and be here, and there's so much to do long before you enter the auditorium to see what's happening. It's beautiful. I mean, you're just greeted and welcomed and serenaded by the drums and the tambourine band, as well as we have the belly dancers and all of them on the outside there. And it's just basically just walking or transcending straight into that whole realm. It's sort of like a, well, I wouldn't say virtual reality, but it's a whole experience just entering Show Park here tonight, and it's just wonderful. And of course, that's just a prelude of how great or the high quality production that we expect to have tonight, because it's all about raising that high quality production. This is the 39th anniversary of the Tobago Heritage Festival. We hear some cheers as they applaud. I believe it's the secretary now entering the stands. Yeah, the Secretary of Tourism and Culture, Ms. Zerisha Hackett. She is here. We have a lot of other changes as well to the Tobago Heritage Festival here tonight. We have a VIP area so persons can have a higher experience, a higher quality experience, you know, within the realm of theatre. And
that was the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad.
It is really beautiful,
which signals
that we are able to preserve and tell the stories through our drama.
And if you're tuning in, this is the
signature stories that we have that
Heritage
our
Festival,
homes, our families, the villages, and so on.
Production.
And these stories are definitely uniquely ours. We have for the persons that showed a lot of resilience, a lot of creativity.
Assembly Member Dr. Faith Brebner, Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Assembly Member Zerisha Hackett, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Assembly Member Nikita Percy, other secretaries and assistant secretaries of the Tobago House of Assembly, Your Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chief Administrator of the Tobago House of Assembly, Mrs. Denise Toby Kwashi, Administrator of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Mrs. Sherry-Ann Edwards-Louis, other administrators of the Tobago House of Assembly, Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, Mr. Colin Kawan, Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Performing Arts Company, Mr. Jared Primer, officials of the Tobago House of Assembly and its companies, or valued sponsors, Republic Bank, Almando's Limited, and Holiday Snacks Limited and their representatives, members of the media, Chief Secretary of Tobago, the Honorable Fali Chavez Augustine, Deputy Chief Secretary with responsibility for health and wellness, Assembly Member Dr. Faith Brebner, Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Assembly Member Zorisha Hackett, Assistant Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Assembly Member Nikita Percy, other secretaries and assistant secretaries of the Tobago House of Assembly, Your Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chief Administrator of the Tobago House of Assembly, Mrs. Denise Toby Kwashi, Administrator of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Mrs. Sherry-Ann Edwards-Louis, other administrators of the Tobago House of Assembly, Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, Mr. Kern Kawan, Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Performing Arts Company, Mr. Jared Primer, officials of the Tobago House of Assembly and its companies,
really looking forward to that production here tonight.
Republic Bank, Almando's Limited, and Holiday Snacks Limited, and their representatives,
and artistic persons,
members of the media,
really put together.
Specially invited
has
guests,
been directed or will be directed by Ms.
ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, is also
and
the
welcome.
writer of this
Tonight marks far more than the opening of a performance.
Mr. Jared Primer and Ms.
Tonight marks the beginning of the 39th Annual Tobago Heritage Festival, Tobago's flagship celebrations of culture, history, and identity. For generations, this festival has brought communities together to honor the traditions, customs, music, dance, food, folklore, and stories that continue to shape us as a people. It reminds us that our heritage is not simply something to remember. It is something to celebrate, protect, and proudly pass on to future generations. This year's festival theme, Let Me Tell the Whole Story, invites us to look beyond the fragments of our history and rediscover the people, places, and traditions that have shaped the greatest little island on the planet. It challenges us to celebrate not only where we have come from, but also who we are and who we are becoming as Tobagonians. It is therefore fitting that this journey begins here tonight. Presented through the valued partnership between the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited and the Tobago Performing Arts Company, tonight's original theatrical production, She Becomes Whole, invites us into a world where history, memory, and folklore intertwine.
The national anthem of the Republic
when the
of
pieces
Trinidad
of Tobago's story are scattered, 4 young descendants are called by the island itself to embark on an extraordinary journey through time.
Festival.
Guided by forces greater than themselves, they must uncover the forgotten fragments of our shared past. Along the way, they will discover that the greatest journey is not only through history, but also Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Assembly Member Zorisha Hackett of Tobago's Assistant Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, every generation has a role to play in other secretaries and assistant secretaries of the Tobago House of Assembly, co-written by Your Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps as Director, Chief Administrator of the Tobago House of Assembly, Mrs. Jared Toby Kwashi. Their vision has been brought to the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Mrs. Sherry-Ann Edwards-Louis, and creative administrators of the Tobago House of Assembly, and unwavering commitment of the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, this production possible. To every member of the creative and performing arts company, we extend Mr. Jared Primer congratulations, officials of the Tobago House of Assembly, and ladies and gentlemen, valued sponsors, the Lights Republic Bank, and the Almando's Limited, and Holiday Snacks Limited, and their representatives. Watch a performance. Members of the media, allow yourselves to journey Secretary of Tobago, of our ancestors, the Honorable Fali Chavez Augustine, the resilience of our people, Secretary with responsibility for health and wellness, of Tobago Assemblymember Dr. Faith not only in our Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, sit back, Assemblymember Zorisha Hackett, and enjoy. Assistant Secretary of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Assemblymember Nikita Percy, other secretaries and assistant secretaries of the Tobago House of Assembly, Your Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chief Administrator of the Tobago House of Assembly, Mrs. Denise Toby Kwashi, Administrator of the Division of Tourism, Antiquities and Creative Industries, Mrs. Sherry-Ann Edwards-Louis, other administrators of the Tobago House of Assembly, Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited, Mr. Kern Kawan, Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Performing Arts Company, Mr. Jared Primer, officials of the Tobago House of Assembly and its companies, our valued sponsors, Republic Bank, Almando's Limited, and Holiday Snacks Limited, and their representatives, members of the media, specially invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Tonight marks far more than the opening of a performance. Tonight marks the beginning of the 39th Annual Tobago Heritage Festival, Tobago's flagship celebrations of culture, history, and identity. For generations, this festival has brought communities together to honor the traditions, customs, music, dance, food, folklore, and stories that continue to shape us as a people. It reminds us that our heritage is not simply something to remember. It is something to celebrate, protect, and proudly pass on to future generations. This year's festival theme, Let Me Tell the Whole Story, invites us to look beyond the fragments of our history and rediscover the people, places, and traditions that have shaped the greatest little island on the planet. It challenges us to celebrate not only where we have come from, but also who we are and who we are becoming as Tobagonians. It is therefore fitting that this journey begins here tonight. Presented through the valued partnership between the Tobago Festivals Commission Limited and the Tobago Performing Arts Company, tonight's original theatrical production, She Becomes Whole, invites us into a world where history, memory, and folklore intertwine. When the pieces of Tobago's story are scattered, 4 young descendants are called by the island itself to embark on an extraordinary journey through time. Guided by forces greater than themselves, they must uncover the forgotten fragments of our shared past. Along the way, they will discover that the greatest journey is not only through history, but also within themselves. She Becomes Whole is both a celebration of Tobago's rich cultural legacy and a powerful reminder that every generation has a role to play in carrying our stories forward. Tonight's production is co-written by Olimal Gordon Holder, who also serves as director, alongside fellow co-writer Shade Titus and Jared Primer. Their vision has been brought to life by an extraordinary team of performers, musicians, dancers, technicians, and creatives whose dedication, talent, and unwavering commitment to Tobago's culture have made this production possible. To every member of the creative and production team, we extend our heartfelt congratulations and thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, as the lights dim and the curtain rises, we invite you to do more than simply watch a performance. Allow yourselves to journey through the echoes of our ancestors, to celebrate the resilience of our people, and to remember that the stories of Tobago live not only in our history books, but within each of us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. She Becomes Whole.
We can no longer leave them to wander aimlessly. The question is not whether, that is clear. The question is the how, the when, and the way. Then, let me speak it plain and speak it fast. We must make them feel the impact of the past. A storm,
yes.
A surge, a wave that will not rest until they face the things that they have suppressed.
Yes.
The comfortable life has left them numb. You cannot wake the sleeping with just a hum.
A storm will break the very thing we need. You can't rush waking like a slumbering weed, because what's pushed too hard will push the other way. So we must move cautiously to make them swing. The ones who tried to force this island's hand, the people really never truly try to understand that the soil requires continuous steady pressure to mold. See, you cannot shape a clay if it is left instantly cold.
And those who move too slowly lose the show. What do you suggest? We wait 100 more fixed upon your own refrain. The sea on urgency. I say we grow them into it. Let truth unfurl. Let them discover layer upon layer. The way a baby leaf must uncurl. That takes too long. You will have them old and grey before they find the knowledge on the way. That's wrong, the very slave to seek the light. Again.
All right.
And not to wait, they will stand.
You both are so loud. The sea roars, the forest whispers. You two are tonight bickering sisters. Neither one has asked the most important question. We need to address this issue before embarking on this mission. Before we ask how, we must ask who goes, who carries what the island knows. We need structural pillars, heavy and deep, to hold architectural promises we keep.
The mud speaks sense beneath its quiet face. We cannot wake people with silent grace. We cannot force, nor flood, nor grow it slow. We need a vessel, someone who will go. Not one. We are not one. We are part of the whole. To wake this island, 4 witnesses must share the role. 4 young ones. 4 directions. It has been long since we gathered in this way. Since we sat in council at the close of day. Descendants of the ancestors, so many of us know. And still, this island sleeps and sleeps the same. I've watched the young ones lose the sacred line. The thing that is given to easily will make them weak. They walk the paths their ancestors once laid and do not feel the footprints as they walk in my shade.
I felt it. The ground beneath them is thin. They have forgotten what they once carried within. Their hands reaching forward, they never reaching back. The thread between the living and the dead has one stop. They construct palaces made out of air and glass, hoping that their shallow identities will last.
I've watched them as they stand at my shore and stare, as if they have remembered something there. I've pulled the tide back gently, I've left signs, but no one bends to read the waterline. Then we agree. The time has come for us to wake this island. We can no longer leave them to wander aimlessly. The question is not whether that is clear. The question is the how, the when, and the way. Then, let me speak it plain and speak it fast. We must make them feel the impact of the past. A storm, a surge, a wave that will not rest until they face the thing that they have suppressed.
Yes.
The comfortable life has left them numb. You cannot wake the sleeping with just a hug.
A storm will break the very thing we need. You can't rush waking like a slumbering weed, because what's pushed too hard will push the other way. So we must move cautiously to make them sweet. The ones who tried to force this island's hand, the people really never truly try to understand that the soil requires continuous steady pressure to mold. See, you cannot shape a clay if it is left instantly cold.
And those who move too slowly lose the show. What do you suggest? We wait 100 more?
No.
Fixed upon your own refrain. Let's see all urgency. The mud or plain? I say we grow them into it. Let truth unfurl. Let them discover layer upon layer. The way a baby leaf must uncurl. That takes too long. You will have them old and gray before they find the knowledge on the way. And you drown her slavery to life. Again.
All right.
And not to wait till they were
You both are so loud. The sea roars, the forest whispers. You two acting like bickering sisters. Neither one have asked the most important question. We need to address this issue before embarking on this mission. Before we ask how, we must ask who goes, who carries what the island needs. We need structural pillars, heavy and deep, to hold the architectural promises we keep.
The mud speaks sense beneath its quiet face. We cannot wake people with silent grace. We cannot force, nor flood, nor grow it slow. We need a vessel, someone who will go. Not one. We are not one. We are part of the whole. So with this island, 4 witnesses must share the role. 4 young ones, 4 directions, 4 strong lines that run from the old roots like living bars. Descendants of the ancestors, so many of us know. Their young ones are the ones that people will willingly follow. But we cannot tell them what to seek. The thing that is given too easily will make them weak. The task must cost them something. A treasure must be found. A name, a dance, a memory, or even a song. A gift for the waiting, a reward for the deed. Nobody else can walk it for me. We must walk it by ourselves. Tell me spun of gold will be placed in their keep. A gift for the waking, a reward for the deep. Understand. We will not tell them, we will not explain. The wisdom will rise in them steady as the rain. They will know what to do.
This story needs a voice that will not smoothen the edge
this
between the truth
the knowledge in them
and
before they were
history.
grown.
Between the truth and sanitized history. You must drive the wedge. Tell the living what the living have forgotten they once knew. But George, before you tell me that story, tell me first.
I will guide you home. It does not ask for the pain to be gone. It asks only that you be willing to move on. There is a journey ahead over waters unknown, past the grief you've carried, past the weight you know. Let go, Kofi. Let the sea take the stone. The deep is not dangerous. The deep leads you home. Go, child, and let your own bright spirit be named. Your ancestors' wings were bound by sword. Yours are bound by people. Each dot they point to you is just another grain. Shake it off until your soul remembers how to fly, Aisha. Let the high air be your own. Hurry the calabash shard. Fly free.
needs a voice that will not smooth. This story needs a voice that will not smoothen the edge between the truth and sanitized history. You must drive the wedge. Tell the living what the living have forgotten. They once knew. But George, before you tell me that story, tell me first, who are you?
First for the view, the song for the next generation comes from you. So come, Kwasi, come. Trust you and I. Pass the feed and the filter. Pass the curated lie. The journey is yours, but you would not walk it alone. I have stood here for centuries. I will guide you home. It does not ask for the pain to be gone. It asks only that you be willing to move on. There is a journey ahead over waters unknown, past the grief you've carried, past the weight you've known. Let go, Kofi. Let the sea take the stone. The deep is not dangerous. The deep leads you home. Go, child, and let your own bright spirit be named. Your ancestors' wings were bound by sword. Yours are bound by people. Each dot they point to you is just another grain. Shake it off until your soul remembers how to fly. Free nation. Let the high air be your own. Rise, free. Carry the calabash. Fly, free.
I am Kofi. I am Kwasi.
Not in the field, not in the chain. You are a scholar, a professor, an observer. Watch. Take notes. Leave the suffering to history.
Who are you?
I have many names. Discipline, progress, good order, respectability, administration. Most people know how I work. I make things smaller. I make people forget. Look at them.
As if it didn't happen.
As if it didn't.
What tribe are you from, George?
I don't know. If nobody remembers them,
Done their work.
they didn't come like they died twice. George.
Origin?
I'm from, I want to tell it. All of it. The real history. The story. That is all I am. A record for your story.
For our purposes,
Memory.
yes.
The favorite toy of scholars. Tell me, Professor, how many names can you recite? How many stories have you heard? How many people vanished but no one considered them, their stories, important enough to record? Where are your archives? You see, you're not standing outside this story. You are standing inside my greatest victory. The missing pages, the unnamed laborers, the forgotten villages, the erased tongues, the stories are reduced to footnotes. Not among them. Every silence not in the field, not in the chain. You are a scholar.
Then why bring me in?
Professor, do you think knowledge is enough? Watch. And before this journey ends, you must learn the difference between collecting a story, carrying it,
Who are you?
and telling it. Have many names: discipline, progress, good order, respectability, administration.
Who are these people?
Your inheritance, but your assignment, your burden. The names history misplaced. The people Tobago was taught to overlook. I make people forget. You think look at them a witness? What can you do for them? You cannot free them. You cannot stop the witnesses. You cannot change the centuries. So stand aside. Will you become a collector of ghosts? That is what intellectuals do. A keeper of them.
No.
No.
What?
In this moment, memory matters.
They are not in the
so
textbooks.
what you are called to do and be, young George,
The Amerindians, the enslaved.
takes us beyond
Their
memory.
stories,
Makes us
our stories. None of it. As if it didn't happen.
as if it didn't matter.
But how do I tell it? If nobody remembers them. Who I am. When my name isn't mine, they come like they died twice. And finding someone else.
That's the first true thing
I want to tell it.
that you have said.
All of it. The real history. The story. Our story.
Memory. The favorite toy of scholars. Tell me, Professor, how many names can you recite? How many stories survived your library? How many people vanished because no one considered
My
them,
name is not
their
George.
stories, important enough to record?
George was given
Where
to me
are
by
your archives?
a system.
You
A
see,
system that saw
you're
labor.
not standing outside this story. You are standing
Not a
inside
person.
my greatest victory. The missing pages, the unnamed
That name
laborers, the
belongs
forgotten
to that
villages,
system.
the erased tongues. The stories are
I am
reduced
returning it.
to footnotes. Every silence you inherited, I built it.
Then why bring me here?
Because you think knowledge is enough. And before this journey ends, you must learn the difference between collecting
My
a story,
name
carrying
is
it,
Tobago.
and telling
Pool
it.
crier.
Our witness,
Who are these people?
the inheritance, Your assignment,
intellectual must
your
decide
burden,
what survives.
the names history misplaced.
It's your
The
turn
people
now.
Tobago was taught to overlook.
You may not know me. I am George
You
Stanley
think
Baird.
you are a witness?
Many people
No.
don't truly know
George
me.
Stanley
Left
Baird.
Tobago at age
Witnesses
19
watch.
and came back when I was
Intellectuals
about 25, 26.
Will you
And I've
become
been
a
serving in
collector
a
of
number of
ghosts?
capacities since.
Or
There comes a
keeper of
time
them.
in a man's life, a man or woman,
What?
that
in
they
this
must
moment, memory
reminisce
matters.
or
So what you
go
are
through
called to
things
do
that
and
would
be,
have
young
pleased them
George
in life,
Stanley Baird,
or
takes us
things that
beyond
cause
memory,
them some
makes
concern
us
in life.
whole.
I came in the mid-century, 20th century, 1952 to be exact. I've lived my life a
But how do I
fulfilling
tell
way.
it
I have done the things I wanted
when I
to
don't
do,
even know
doing
who
them
I
my
am?
way.
When
And,
my name
I
isn't
think
mine, when I've been
best
looking
of
for
all,
myself in
I
documents
served the people and the society
and
or
finding someone
communities
else.
which nurtured me.
That's the first true
Looked at it to
thing
the first
that
year
you
in
have said.
1772. And I recognized, something, my little island of Tobago could do something like this. We have villages, we have history, lots of history and customs. Let's do something.
My name is not George. George was given to me by a system that saw labor, not a person. That name belongs to that system. I am returning it. My name. My name is Tobago. Pool crier, Ebenit.
Good. Now the lesson begins. A witness sees history, an ancestor carries it. An intellectual must decide what survives. It's your turn now.
You may not know me. I am George Stanley Baird. Many people don't truly know me. Left Tobago at age 19 and came back when I was about 25, 26. And I've been serving in a number of capacities since.
My name
There
is
comes a
Kofi.
time in a man's life, a man or
I
woman,
dive.
that they must
And when I'm under,
reminisce or go
Everything
through things that
is
would have
quiet.
pleased them in life
and very clear.
or things that caused them some concern in life. I came in the mid-century,
He came to me
20th
as a
century,
boy.
1952 to be exact. I've lived my life
Unguided.
in a fulfilling way.
Slipping beneath my surface
I have
like a
done the
question
things
with no
I wanted to
end,
do,
and
doing
I
them my way.
held him.
And I think
always
the best of all, I served the people and the
Nobody
society
interrupts.
or
She's
communities
practiced this speech for
which
3
nurtured
times.
me. I looked at it to the
When the
first year
world
in
was
1772.
loud
And I recognized,
divided,
something, my little
gave
island of
him the
Tobago could do
one
something
thing
like this.
couldn't.
We have villages, we have history, lots of
Everything
history
was
and
clear.
customs.
Nothing was
Let's do
broken down
something.
here. I was the first home he had that wasn't made of fair.
You always leave out the part where I raised him first.
You raised him.
Well, nurtured him. Who do you think taught him how to climb? Who taught him wonder? Who supplied the birds, the shade, and the drum?
Aye.
Sunset.
And who supplied the scraped knees for boasting? Never mind. Kino.
Then came Kino. I remember him clearly. While Kofi dove deep, Kino stood away in fear.
Sensible child if you ask me. What he respected the boundary line. He understood that things beneath the surface carry a weight you cannot possibly balance on open aqua.
He would not come near. Not everyone enjoys being swallowed by unknown vast force. Do not swallow people.
That's exactly what the thing that swallowed people would say.
Anyway,
I used to say that to Kino, but he didn't really understand it the same way. He wasn't as connected to the sea as I was. Kino didn't like the sea. But Kino, he liked the drum. We were twins, but not the kind of twins that are the same person. My name is Kofi. Two halves of an argument, and that never quite gets resolved. And when I'm under, was water. Everything was thunder. It's quiet and very clear. He would sit behind that tambourine, and the whole room would feel it in the chest.
he needed
Quiet.
He came to me as a boy.
You knew that.
Unguarded, unguided,
I was told
slipping beneath my surface like
my
a
ancestors
question with
didn't
no
always have
end, and
they
I
were taken from us,
held him.
and out of that necessity
have
came the tambourine.
always
Music was how we said,
Here we go.
I am still here. You haven't finished
Nobody
me.
interrupts.
I remember
She's
everything.
practiced this speech for 3 times.
But I ain't gonna lie to you.
When the world was
He could have do
loud
something that I couldn't.
and divided,
He could have
I
taken
gave
the pain
him the one
and put it
thing
somewhere
it couldn't.
outside himself, into the rhythm. But
Everything was clear.
I
Nothing was broken down here. I was there.
I
That
was
wasn't
told ties by the
made
music used to
of
look with.
fair.
You
Not just the
always
making
know
of it,
the
though,
part
but the
when I
releasing of it.
him.
The pain travels from the body
You raised
to
him.
the hands
Well,
into
you
the
know.
instrument and out.
Nurtured him.
Who do you think taught him how to climb?
I never learned that part.
Who taught him?
You were
Wonder?
right there.
Who
You saw
supplied
him
the
go
birds,
in.
the shade, and the drum?
Aye. He came and who supplied the scraped knees for both. But never mind. Kino.
Then came Kino.
It was a freak
I
thing.
remember him
That's
clearly.
what this
While
meant.
Kofi dove
thing.
deep,
No, but he fell.
Kino stood away
He fell.
in fear.
But not even like sensible child. He tried to sensible child if
The
you ask
rocks
me.
were wet and
He went
What
in
he
and you were
respected
already
the
under in the
boundary
deep
line.
part where it's
He
clear and
understood
quiet.
that things beneath the
Very
surface
quiet
carry a
and very
weight
clear.
you cannot possibly balance on open aqua.
when I came up,
He would not come near. Not everyone enjoys being swallowed by unknowable vast
he was already
force.
in the water.
I do
I
not
was the one who knew the
swallow
water.
people.
I was the one
That's
who
exactly what the thing that
You
swallowed
couldn't get to
people
him in
would say.
time. You're the diver.
You're the one who loved
He
him.
didn't even
Anyway.
like it. He came for you.
He came
I used to say that to
because of you.
Kino,
Always there.
but he didn't really understand it the same way.
Always
He wasn't
there
as
for
connected to
you.
the sea as I was.
I know.
Kino didn't like the sea,
Even when
but
didn't
Kino, he liked the
understand.
drums.
Yeah, no
We were
one.
twins, but not the kind
Even
of
the
twins that
sea.
are the same person.
He came to the sea
The
for
kind
you.
of twins that
yes,
are
and
two
no one,
halves of an argument that never quite gets resolved. I was water, and he was thunder. He would sit behind that tambourine, and the whole room would feel it in the chest. Quiet.
You knew that.
I was told my ancestors didn't always have drums. They were taken from us, and out of that necessity
came the tambourine. Afterwards, music was how we said. I went back to the water. I am still here. And that's the part that you haven't finished me. I remember I everything. Still went. But I ain't gonna lie to you. He couldn't do something that I couldn't. I could feel it. He couldn't take the pain. But I just go somewhere outside himself. But it's equally with him. But my ancestor Kanga, I hold it in. He was connected to the sea too.
You were there.
He took the sea with him. Wherever he went. That is why the music used to work for him. And for him, not just the making of it, but the releasing of not death. The pain travels from the body through the hands into the instrument. Freedom. And oh, look at the sea. She's free. I never learned that part.
You were right there. You saw him go in.
That's how I feel when I'm fully immersed in her depth to watch me dive. He didn't like the water. Safer there, but
he
I could still hear
him
echoing in the depths.
It was
the
a
sound
freak
of
thing.
our ancestors.
That's what they said.
And him.
Freak thing.
No, but he fell. He fell. You know, but not even like. I know you're still. He tried to. But the rock somewhere.
He went in.
And you were under?
Already under. In the deep part where it's clear and quiet.
Where it's very quiet and very clear.
When I came up,
he was already.
When I came up, he was already in the water. And I was the one who knew the water, and I was the one who the water knew.
You couldn't get to him in time.
It is
You're
time
the diver.
You're the one who loved.
He didn't even like it. He came for you.
He came because of
He
you.
was always there. Always there for you.
I know.
Even when he didn't understand.
Yeah, I know.
Even the sea. He came to the sea for you.
Yes, I know. And that's the part that nobody understood. And I still went, and I still needed it. That under the water, I could feel him. Not like his ghost or anything, but his echo. My ancestor Kanga, he was connected to the sea too. He took the sea with him wherever he went. And for him, the sea meant escape, not death. Freedom. Look at the sea. She's free. And that's what I want to be. And that's what I am when I go. That's how I feel when I'm fully immersed in her depths. I feel safer there. I could still hear him echoing in the depths, the sound of our ancestors. And him. You know, boy, I know you're still playing. Somewhere out there. It is time to honor his memory. Sorry. I had a little moment there. I'm good. Where were we? What is that? Am I feeling like this? What is that, boy?
Bro, you okay? What happened? Is this a part of the show?
Yeah. I just felt something. I'm good.
Where you going?
We live.
Get back on the mic.
Everybody. Your boy Kwasi
Come
here.
back and sing.
This evening I'm going to be singing a song by Trinidad called Wedding Band. Amen. You know what? Let me give you something special. Evening, this one is Walker, like here to water, please. She put me in hot water, and I just want to get to her. She them to me, yeah. It's the way I'm sweet, like a machine gun.
Voice of a generation.
From me,
We've been waiting all day for this.
Give her all we love it.
What just happened?
I gave it to
What is this? Where
had a little moment there.
800. You had them
Where were we?
in the palm of your hands.
What was that noise? You sound like a man losing their mind on a live stream. You want them to screenshot that? You want that to be the clip? You ready to become a meme?
Somebody over behind you? Or you over behind somebody?
No worries,
Because
baby.
that's what you just do there. That
He
is
said
not
from the
content.
top.
That is a crisis.
She put me in hot water, and I just get over she
It took to build 800
is the way I
viewers. You know people, you see with that they will meme you into the ground.
Bro, the tree is a prop.
What is that?
It is scenery. It does
I'm
not
feeling like
pay
this.
your bills.
What is that, boy?
Get back. You
On
okay?
the mic?
Get back on the mic.
What happened?
Back on the mic.
Get back
Is
on the
this a
mic.
part of the show?
Get back on the mic.
Yeah. I just felt something. I'm good.
Where he going?
Get back on the mic.
Bro, come back and sing.
Them to be good, yeah.
Okay.
Sweet
He's
like that is how.
This is what we came
You know
for.
what, Rose? Let me give you something special. This one is really good.
Hello?
Them
The audio
to
cut?
be good, yeah.
What is happening?
Sweet like that
Sing.
is
Why
how.
aren't you singing?
Sing.
Them from
Sing,
east to
sing,
north.
Sing.
We are told with like that.
Sing. Why you not singing? Sing. Hello?
My granny used to say, she used to say the tree knows your name before you do.
What just happened?
Bro is broken.
LMAO, what is this?
You've been working so
Unfollow.
hard on this. Years, Percy. Years of work.
You're just tired.
800 people.
You got spooked by a song.
800. You had them in the palm of your hands.
Rest tonight. Come
What
back
was
tomorrow.
that noise?
The audience will forget.
You
They
sound like a
always
man losing
forget.
their mind on
You
a
can
live
start
stream.
again.
You want them to screenshot
The
that?
tree
You
is
want
going
that
to
to be the
fall,
clip?
whether
You
you
ready to
sing
become
to
a
it
meme?
or not. That isn't
Somebody
something
over behind
you
you.
can help,
Or you or behind
but
somebody.
what you built
Because
here,
that's what you just do there. That is not content.
You
That
can't
is a
feel-
crisis.
you
Just leave
know
the tree, Kwasi.
how
It was never
it
yours
take
to
to
begin
build
with.
800 concurrent viewers.
I knew,
You know what people
I always
will
knew it wasn't
do
just mine.
with that clip?
This voice,
They will meme you
I took it
into the
and I put a
ground.
ring light on it, and I made it pretty,
The tree is a
and I
prop.
sold it
It is
by the
scenery.
light,
It does
by
not
the shade.
pay your bills.
by the view. And I'm sorry.
Get back
I'm sorry I
on the
spent what
mic.
wasn't mine to
Get
spend.
back on the mic.
Get back
But I'm
on
here
the
now.
mic.
Get
And I'm
back
listening.
on the mic.
Get back on the mic.
Tell me what you need me to carry.
Get back on the mic.
Them to be good, yeah. But sweet like that
Is what we came
My people are staying on their sleeves and believing them at don't know why.
Hello? Did the audio
I
cut?
don't know. I really
Bro,
don't know.
what
But from since I was small, I was observing them all from
Sing, why aren't you singing? Sing.
Never spoke your mouth in the night.
Sing.
Right.
Why are you not singing? Sing. Hello.
It's to put hands on top of your bed and go let no woman pass over you otherwise. My granny used to say, you're dead, Bamba. She used to say the tree knows your name before you do.
Listen, you've been working so hard on this. Years passing, years of work. You're just tired. That's all you say. You got spooked by a song.
I've been making noise for a very long time. Tonight, I made a song.
Rest
I
tonight.
created a song.
Come back
I
tomorrow.
made music
The
that
audience will
reminds
forget.
me
They
I am
always
worthy of this
forget.
legacy.
You can start again. The tree is going to fall whether you sing to it or not. That isn't something you could help, but what you built here, that you can save. Just leave the tree, Kwasi. It was never yours to begin with.
I always knew it wasn't just mine. This voice. But I took it and I put a ring light on it and I made it pretty. And I sold it. By the light, by the shade, by the view. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I spent what wasn't mine to spend.
His journey ends
But
with
I'm here now,
knowledge gained.
and I'm
That
listening.
couldn't happen without my input.
Tell me what he needs to carry. Is left to be seen. But look at all of you reaching upward, fancy branches, lofty dreams. Yet in the END, everybody comes back to me. I think I'll presume them in calypso.
Without instruction skyward, who will let them know what is possible?
I keep roots alive. Even you. You're just showing off.
Why they want superstitious so?
I'm the clay. I really don't know. But from since I was small, I was observing them all from colluded into the rhythm. They tell me, never sleep out your house in the night.
Otherwise you're sweeping poverty.
Show it off.
You're here at night, nothing right.
Otherwise you lose your memory.
Mysteries and wisdom. What do you carry?
Footprint is the footnote, every form, every dance, go let no woman pass over you. Otherwise, you're blind till you're dead. Bamba did a bam.
There we are done.
Why you always have exercise?
Take the side of truth, dear man.
Then tell it. Tell the story. Make sure it's the own word.
Tell them again.
Let me wake up.
I've been making noise for a very long time. Tonight, I made a song. I created a song. I made music that reminds me I am worthy of this legacy.
Time to wake up. Child. Her name is Aisha. She was born with the sky in her feet. An inheritance carried through blood and memory.
left to be seen. But look at all of you reaching up towards fancy branches, lofty dreams. Yet in the END, everybody comes back to me.
Oh, and yet, Demon, without me stretching skyward, who will let them know what is possible?
Possible? I keep roots alive, even yours. You're just showing off. I am the clay that absorbs history, the hard impact of dancing feet that keeps the rhythm structural.
Showing off. I carry stories in my bag, a golden shred of memories, mysteries, and wisdom. What do you carry, man?
Footprints, every stumble, every fall, every dancer who for some whatever reason lost their way.
And every dancer who found their way again.
Why you always at exercise?
I take the side of truth, dear Mud.
Then tell it. Tell the story. Make sure it's the whole one, eh?
I will. But first, let me wake her up. Time to wake up, child. Her name is Aisha. She was born with the sky in her feet. An inheritance carried through blood and to memory.
with sense tend to always have a plan B, especially when plan A is built on applause. Dancers from here can't make it out there.
Be honest with yourself, Aisha. You really think people are going to
watch you dance. Do something to make your family proud. Something take a point to you and say, at least she became somebody. We're only trying to keep you from falling. Better you plant your feet on the ground.
Though the world taught her down, the dance with her refused to disappear. It lived in her walk, her stance, her breath. The folklore of Tobago moved through her body, each step preserving a culture, each rhythm a prayer.
On applause. Dancers from here can't make it out there.
Yourself, Aisha. You really think you win and spend money just to watch you dance?
Try silence.
Do something to make your family proud. Something they could point to you and say, at least she became somebody.
We're only trying to keep you from falling.
Better you plant your feet on the ground.
Bringing with her the Sakuya to burn the world taught her down, not to be left behind her. Refuse to disappear. Infusing truth, it lived in her walk, not her stance, her pain, her breath. The folklore of Tobago moved through her body, each step preserving a culture, each rhythm a prayer.
other who we are and where we come from.
She comes with sweet vengeance. Cloven hook, but not lame. Bringing with her the sequoia to burn away the shame. Not to be left behind, a fair maiden. You know her name. Infusing truth for knowledge, not for fame.
You're gonna end up broke and living off your parents.
You can't sustain yourself with dance. Be practical.
Be sensible.
Think about your future. Be practical.
Sensible.
Silence! Your words
have no power.
Keep your thoughts.
They came. She came. The Sakura with her ancient fire, burning away the shrinking, the shame, and every borrowed name. What was infused was the truth. The memory of Gangang Sarah, the gift of flight. My art is not a distraction. My culture isn't a backup plan. They are my freedom. So now, I look at the sky, holding the golden thread of the tree within me, showing that I am finally free. Our Tobago culture, our dances, were never distraction. Our dancers, me, deserve your attention. Gangang Sarah lives in my bones. I carry flight in my blood, and it has been grounded for far too long. I didn't dance alone though. I moved with the dust George gathered. I skulls. Coffee sails from the waves.
What's your plan?
I sway
You still can't answer me that.
to the true sound.
Maybe it's time for you to
Quasi
find a real
dragged
comment.
out. What if this dance thing does not work out? You're gonna end up broke and living off your parents.
You can't sustain yourself with that. Be practical.
Be sensible.
Think about the future. Be practical.
We are
Your words.
We have know the whole story. Keep your thoughts.
It is well.
They came.
It is
Shaking. The sequoia with an ancient fire. Burning away the shrinking, the shame, and every borrowed name. What was infused was the truth. The memory of Gangang Sarah, the gift of flight. My art is not a distraction. My culture is an upon. They are my freedom. So now, I look at the sky, holding the golden thread of the truth within me, showing that I am finally free. Our Tobago culture, our dances, were never distraction. Our dances, deserve your attention. Gangang Sarah lives in my bones. I carry flight in my blood. And it has been grounded for far too long. I didn't dance alone though.
Is what really going on here?
I moved with the dust.
Spang
To
before
the
people
true
start coming at me.
sound. Kwasi dragged out from his digital cage.
It's morning, Mr. It's morning. I like how that cold pot
People reach. This place will shine like a new penny. We are the whole story.
Once again, every village, and we can't have them $10 for people to well.
No, you know people will stop.
For the heart.
But what trouble is this? But anyways, look me here wiping down that bench. Everybody go want something to sit and line after they eat. And I hear it's real food.
Exactly. But that is what harvest always used to be like. Plenty people, plenty food, and plenty laughter. And that is how it must be.
Plenty for fun starts.
That's a foot to roast the
Long time, every house
Is what really going on here? Take a point in the direction.
What really going on here? Boy, all the more them coconut shell from their soda and carry that basket of clothes inside the house, right? I want my place big and spark before people start coming at me.
The world done.
It's true. We either used to be taught in water, rating coconut or feeding fowl. Still, we can't blame them too much. It's we have to teach them.
That fire hot. And that is why
Miss Joyce, don't worry yourself now. By the time them harvest people reach, this place will shine like a new penny.
Thank God for the rain, the sunshine, and the crops.
And we can't
Thank for carrying people through the air.
That is why every year people bring the best produce to church.
But what trouble is this? But anyways, look me here wiping down them bench. Everybody go want something to sit and like after they eat. And I hear it's real food.
Exactly.
Publishing like this.
But that is what harvest always used to be like. Plenty people, plenty food, and plenty laughter. And that is how it must remain.
It's not like plenty work before the fun starts.
Put some more food in the fire for the stick. Hurry up and finish rake up the yard. Show your goal. Stop eating all the dashes straight off the table and come and carry that inside. I do not want my breadfruit that's about to roast to touch. The place ready. It's looking real good.
Oh gosh, I'm watching it.
Tell all you.
Like, you know, when breadfruit roasted, the whole place does smell and feel different.
That is because the cold pot was part of life. When you heat that cold pot iron, you roast corn and you cook it. Long time, every house in Tobago.
Not just the cold potted, everybody used to gather by the fireside in the evening.
It's true. That fireside was television before we had television.
True words.
That is where you hear a little story, Joe, old talk, and a little pickup.
Don't forget where you're here when people teach, people think.
Boy, long time things we had, But remember we had one another.
True.
Everybody planted provision. Dasheen, cassava, yam, sweet potato.
It's true, you know. One person crop fail, neighbors help out. Nobody left hungry.
That is one thing I miss nowadays.
Children nowadays don't know much about that, you know. Them know about phone and internet.
I try to ask some of them what that's been planting. They can point in the direction of John's supermarket.
We can.
Through every
And remember everyone used to plant garden?
Every
as soon as school done, straight in the field.
Or
nowadays,
water.
if the Wi-Fi gone, the world done.
It's true. We either used to be taught in water, grating coconut, or feeding fowl. Still, we can't blame them too much. It's we have to teach them.
Carries the true
And that
story.
is why harvest is important.
Mine carries the rhythm of the drum. Mine carries the knowledge of the
harvest was
silk cotton tree.
Thanksgiving.
Thanking God for the rain, the sunshine, and the crops.
Thanking him for carrying people through the air. That is why every year people bring the best produce to church and share food after.
It's true.
Harvest does remind me that everything comes from the land fossil. Look at this. Corn, rice, and frozen foods. Provision like this used to keep our whole generation alive, man.
And the young people need to know that.
We do not know what was broken.
Yeah, nah. It sounds like people start to come already.
Well, hurry up. Boy, put some more coals in the fire for my next thing. Hurry up and finish rake up the yard.
hold it up.
Show your God. Stop eating all the dashes straight off the table. Let the man carry that inside. Inside. Olia, the place ready. It's looking real good. Nice.
Tell all you, if them old people from Dalaford could see this place now, they're gonna smile.
They're smiling already. That is why every year we keep the tradition alive.
Every move that was taken, every root that was torn, I carried it. I still carry them.
silence through every trial.
Mine carries the curve of the dance.
Mine carries the true story. Mine carries the rhythm of the drum. Mine carries the knowledge of the silk cotton tree. We do not hide what was broken. We hold it up.
Every calabash that was broken, every song that was swallowed, every name that was taken, every root that was torn, I carried them. I still carry them.
This is how we move when they told us to be still.
All the stories they said wasn't worth hearing. All the voices they said wasn't worth listening to. All the history that had to be passed mouth to ear because they would not share the page. We will tell it ourselves. Read it. Write to. Tell it. All of it. Drum's ancestor was the first telephone, the first broadcast, the first protest, and the first prayer. the street. Many stories are told of the famous silk cotton tree.
Is how
they
we
say is the devil's stronghold and a jumpy sanctuary.
Told us
they were not wrong.
Still.
We live in the street. Our stories lived in the street.
All the stories they said wasn't worth hearing. All the voices they said wasn't worth listening to.
Not just
all the history that had to be passed mouth to ear because they would not share the page.
And just to remember,
we will tell it ourselves.
The seen child, no food that comes from the dirt. It is part of what sustains us.
Tell it. All of it.
Dirt oven bread, coconut tart, corn, and sweet bread. Because those things remind us of our childhood.
Was the first telephone, the first broadcast, the first protest, and the first prayer.
What was written and told.
We remembered the drum's first word. We remembered what the roots know. And so you live. Our ancestors, their spirits lived in the street. Many stories are told of the famous silk cotton tree. They say it's the devil's stronghold and a jumpy sanctuary. They were not wrong. We live in the street. Our stories lived in the street.
not just to speak life, but to use it for business and legacy, and just to remember.
The seen child, no food that comes from the dirt. It is part of what sustains us.
Dirt oven bread, coconut tart, corn, and sweet bread, because those things reminds us of our childhood.
and so you live.
And there you have it. What a lovely production it was. she becomes whole. Such a wonderful production put on here tonight. There's so much that could be said. The curtain call was just had a beautiful production. The applause was just resonating throughout the auditorium, and everyone seemed to have fully enjoyed such a theatrical presentation and expression of our cultural heritage, showing, of course, how the stalwart, and in this case, the man who just kept on giving, that gentle giant, Mr. George Stanley Beard, the storyteller, the one who really architected this Tobago Heritage Festival, who put it all together so that our stories, our folklores, our whole culture could be preserved, and it was so well put together here tonight. So I must say, big commendations to Miss Gordon Holder and the entire production team, all the actors, the choreography, everything was on point tonight. The music, especially the musical part of the production, was absolutely cinematic. The transitions in between the scenes to the choreography, and the applause are still going on all now as the drums still continue to serenade the atmosphere. Persons are just lingering, and soon we'd have the Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Performing Arts Company coming to talk with us. He's also the co-writer of this play, and I remember him sharing this vision many weeks ago, but to my surprise, I didn't know that they actually had a production. So we just want to welcome Mr. Primer. Mr. Jared Primer is here with us tonight. Mr. Primer, good night, and wonderful production, wonderful production.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes. So we saw it. We saw all the aspects that you all really tried to cover here tonight. We saw that you brought the elements of the journey of the individuals coming together to pioneer, bringing, of course, the things that make us our sound, our music, our dance. We even saw the elements of the flora and fauna. How do you feel? I mean, the applause is still going on. People are still here. How do you feel, seeing that this production has taken fruit and taken flight?
I think I am most proud that our Tobago audience saw themselves inside the piece. Yes. I think that was important for us to do. And people started to cheer when we heard things like our dances are not a distraction. And we heard the cheering. So we realized that our culture has value. Our culture is also something that can become a full career. I mean, I've made it my career. And we are the pioneers, and we're hoping to encourage others that think. So it was important for us to use young people to really champion what is the next leg of our Tobago.
I mean, theater and drama, and there you have it. I would say inherently lovely production. And we have that naturally. But tonight we saw such a wonderful production put on here tonight. There's so much that can be said. The curtain call was just tradition. A beautiful production. The applause was just resonating throughout the auditorium, and everyone seemed to have fully enjoyed. There was such a theatrical presentation and expression of our cultural heritage, showing, of course, how even the stalwart, and in this case, the man who just kept on giving, that gentle giant, Mr. George Stanley, right? The storyteller, the one who really architected this Tobago Heritage Festival, who put it all together so that our stories, our folklores, it's such a wonderful whole culture could be preserved, and it was so well put together here tonight. So I must say, big commendations to Ms. Gordon Holder and the entire production team, all the actors, the choreography, everything was on point tonight. The music, especially the musical part of the production, was absolutely cinematic. The transitions in between the scenes to the choreography, and the applause are still going on all now as the drums still continue to serenade the atmosphere. Persons are just lingering, and soon we'd have the Chief Executive Officer of the Tobago Performing Arts Company coming to talk with us. He's also the co-writer of this play, and I remember him sharing this vision many weeks ago, but to my surprise, I didn't know that they actually had a production. So we just want to welcome Mr. Primer. Mr. Jared Primer is here with us tonight. night. Mr. Primer, good night.
And Kishon,
wonderful production. Wonderful production.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes. We saw all the aspects that you all really tried to cover here tonight. We saw that you brought the elements of the journey of the individuals coming together to pioneer, bringing, of course, the things that make us our sound, our music, our dance. We even saw the elements of the flora and fauna. How do you feel? I mean, the applause is still going on. People are still here. How do you feel now seeing that this production has taken fruit and even taken flight? Just before you came on.
I am most proud that our Tobago audience saw themselves in music.
Every single aspect
that was
of what the
important
music
for us to do.
It was very,
and people started to cheer when we heard things like our dances are not a distraction. And we heard the cheering. So we realized that our culture
from looking
has
at
value.
the larger
Our culture is also something that can become a full career. I mean, I've made it my career. And we are pioneers and we're hoping to encourage others at TM. So it was important for us to tell us young people to really champion what is the next leg of our Tobago story.
I mean, theatre and drama is I would say, inherently Tobagoians. We have that naturally. But tonight we saw us a merging of that naturalness and what has become tradition. Also, we could look for more and more of modern techniques. We saw the scenography and the cinematic transition, which was beautiful. There wasn't much lulls as we transitions in between the choreography to the scenes. It was so wonderful. Even the aspects of telling each individual story. I mean, it was wonderful. So I think that was the Salaka feast I saw in the end. Don't just have us, right?
That was some Salaka, and in the Salaka, so I was bringing the things that nobody else claimed.
I was really happy to see that is right. Bringing all the elements that we know and all of that. Because usually, how did you all really come together to really put this in? It's such a wonderful ode to Mr. Beard. Yeah, with a new one. That's what I'm very happy about. Because as a man who just kept on giving, you'll even cast it to find a gentle giant himself.
That's it. So of course, shout out to Coyote,
so
who will be a force.
So how do you feel?
In the acting world, you know, sometimes to come. And of course, I must make mention of Shadi Titus, one of our co-writers.
I just love the
and it really was about us. We sat in a room and we just started to talk about the things that
into the art and
make us who we are.
I think what is great
we started to talk about the stories,
is that we
then we started to talk about ourselves and the things that we felt.
And I think in this piece in
particular,
we've shown
because we were also told
different facets of
this can make sense as a career. This is not a job.
Because
and we used all those stories and we kind of went into what might be each character's
amazing costume that
we had a range, you know, but
costume
designers. I want to call one and forget one. I must give full fantastic.
It worked well with the lighting, of course.
I could just recall
the production was going on,
and
I heard
musical
actually remarking
they brought this thing to life. I did a little thing with the AI and the video and
we saw the AI
and the video, you know, but
production was
it was a really great team effort.
Type of way in terms of the presentation. It was just like
a film
showing to
Tobago. We are ready to elevate.
I don't think I reached there, but I will take piece of it.
Cannot be considered high.
We're gonna take
piece
of it,
and I think because what I actually saw here tonight was dramaturgy merged with high quality cinematography,
our set designers, our
you know, even because I said it just before you came on. The whole soundscape and the scenography, just the music, every single aspect of the music.
We always work with Zanel as well,
so kudos to the musical direction and that. It was well put together. The choreography was absolutely wonderful. From looking at the larger bless to the souvenirs, just the whole reveal of it. You know what I mean?
It was about young men also tell stories.
He wasn't just a stage manager.
Oh my God.
She was
movement and tell us stories. You saw when you like
she's Alfred.
She's Alfred. But it was still the steps. She carried the range.
But she was calling the shots.
Yeah, she's
using the form to even more.
All right, that's why you were sitting there. So I mean, looking like just I was just looking for Tobago Heritage Festival for 2026. And we could look for more and more of these things. And the whole tea park definitely led there with we saw many talents on stage, many talents, of course, as you can see. And so Mr. Prime, I want to thank you so much. And Tea Park, of course, keep on doing a wonderful job with what you're doing. And definitely signals. If you're looking for any more productions on future, we have the succession coming socials. You don't just have that.
Of course, so you can find us
of talented
Tobago Performing
and nobody
Arts.
else to follow up. I was really happy to see that we had
Instagram.
We saw some faces that we know
us,
because usually in our theater and our dramas,
we do need your support.
We see the same people. It's the same faces. As you rightfully said, yeah, with the new ones, and that's what I'm very happy about. Because as you rightfully said,
we want to thank
this aspect is something that we weren't really given that push to say, well, this is an opportunity. So I'm seeing it there. And of course, folks, if you're now tuning in, I mean, you just saw.
I feel great, and I feel
of the grand.
I don't know. I just love the
2026 Tobago Heritage Festival.
Feel even
and
more
of course,
courageous
while we wait
to dive into the arts and tell our stories. I think what is great for me is that we have called the division now the creative industries. And I think in this piece in particular, we've shown how the different facets of this industry
artistic mind of a creative,
because
brought to life,
apart from what you've seen in terms of the performance,
brought in real
you must
life
speak
fruition.
to the amazing costume work. We had a range
what you saw on stage,
costume designers. I want to call one and forget one.
Fantastic artistic director. And of course, I could just recall while the production was going on, and I heard persons in the audience actually remarking that this was radiant. And I mean this in no disrespect, I mean this in the highest form of compliment.
Thank you.
This theatre production was really Peter Minshall type of way in terms of the presentation. It was just like
Peter could never be a disrespect.
No, well, this is what I want to say.
I think I reached there, but I will take piece of it.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take piece of it, and I think that's where we're heading to. So we have to really come together now with our scene designers, our set designers, our costume designers, our lighting techs, and I must big up our young team.
Yes.
All right.
And so that she started asking
Amaya
questions.
Yates as our production manager, and of course we always work with channels as well. But Amaya from the inside, Kaya Alfred, who was our
ancestors and stuff. She said, "Okay."
Oh God, I'm so tired. I'm actually forgetting what she did, but she called the entire show, and she's young. So we are making a space for our young people to now do the role of stage manager. Oh my God, she was a stage manager.
Of course, Kaya was born into this.
She's Alfred.
She's Alfred. She born in it and she carried the reins.
No restrictions. But she was calling the shots. And she told me, Mr. Prime, I'm ready to go. I said, all right, okay. All right,
do it. That's why you were sitting there looking like a, just an audience member tonight.
I was just looking on.
I was happy to see that.
Making sure, okay, we fire, we videos on time. But Kaya and Amaya
I mean, yeah, man. We really kudos to them. So here we have Mr. Prime, and of course, I see we have Ms. Scott. So Mr. Prime, I want to thank you so much. And T-Pac, of course, keep on doing a wonderful job with children. And
it just happened.
Of course, we could look forward. If you're looking for any more productions on T-Pac, you could tap into the socials. You could just give them the handles if you can.
Of course, so you can find us at Tobago Performing Arts.
He didn't get to see 39th one. It would be a good time
Instagram,
to let his,
follow us.
Let's
stick with us. Follow our journey because we do need your support. The arts needs your support. So even if it's as simple like a little share, it helps us. It helps us to grow. And we want to thank you for sticking with us and take us further with you.
So we want to thank Mr. Primer for that. And of course, folks, if you're now tuning in, you just saw the curtain call of the grand opening gala of the 2026 Tobago Heritage Festival. And of course, while we wait, we have another wonderful person coming here to talk to us. And if you had any chance at all to look at this production, then what you saw on stage was the absolute mind of a creative, the artistic mind of a creative. You see, you live with the bacchanal. Oh my gosh! Well, of course, you wrote it, right? In real life version, and she's still working on now, still sweating. But what you saw on stage there was just that concept, the genius of the mind of the artistic director of Miss All Japanese Theatre, who we want to just welcome on the program here tonight. Yeah, so we know a little. Let me just start with the theatre in me, right? So we really love that. I love beautiful production there tonight. It wasn't just appearing on stage. Everything had a frame.
It has been a journey. I feel that in telling a story is glad that the audience received it in the way that they did. Every element had to make sense. Because when we first started conceptualizing the story towards that storytelling, we called Shadi in to help, because for me, and the audience could learn a few things. Because for me, the educator in me, which I will always be, Oh, that's beautiful. Felt that. All right, now how do we translate that to the audience so they don't understand?
Yes.
And so that she started asking questions. Whether it's because I need to have the witnesses and the consciousness and so when the first time when I started talking about the connection between the ancestors and stuff, she said, okay. Wow, man, this is good. I said, although you started asking hard questions, and this is how the THA logo we were able to bring it to life. She becomes more beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, initially when I saw the program, I saw the production there.
And for me, that was a beautiful moment.
That came out of my mouth was this is theatre unhinged. They absolutely had no restrictions here tonight.
Is it that he's saying?
We saw it. And
yeah,
but it was so beautifully well done, and so well put together. And as I was telling Mr. Primer, it's such a wonderful. I can't think of a better OD, a better way to honor the life of Mr. George Sandy. And I mean, we really care.
I didn't know that.
I don't think that anything could really award or match the reward for his contributions. But this was a great start.
Thank you. When we started writing,
that initially is the genesis and the whole purpose of the Tobago Heritage Festival.
Because and so when we talking with the young witnesses, moving forward, we said, you know what? This is 48 years, we move perfect time. 39 years later, and I think he didn't get to see 39th one.
Sorry, no, your fan looks beautiful.
You know, so yeah, let's for a moment think about. It's the place to start. What moving forward? The thought process behind him starting this thing in the first place. What made him as a young man think this is something I need to start to do? What's new and beautiful and fresh, and still understand the past. Example was past knowledge and history to the young people out here. It's simple as that. Forward. Yeah. How can a nice big calabash that could change the
I'm so happy that this production went off well. I know that really and truly persons would know it was the nerves that you would be having before the stage, before the lights came across as the genuine aspects of the Tobagonian culture, the things that make us us. From the harvest coming together with the shots, with everything, the music, the song, the dance, the silk cotton tree. You see you go on there with the background, oh my gosh, well of course you wrote it, right? It was risky. I love the larger blast now. And I love worldly theatre, and I saw, it was a really nice take on just having the larger. It was more. It reminds me somewhat of Japanese theatre, how they do with the onis.
Right. Wow. What do you think?
Yeah. So we know a little something. We know a little something. Theatre in me, right? So we really love that, and I love the mere fact that it wasn't just appearing on stage. Everything had a frame to be introduced.
Because I feel that in telling a story as powerful or as important as this, every element had to make sense to drive towards that storytelling being clear and understandable and also relatable. And the audience could learn a few things. Because for me, the educator in me, which I will always be, and so the young people felt that kudos to young people. Tobago is in good hands. Tobago's future and legacy is in good hands. And that will always be my mandate. Whether it's, you know, it will always be mine. Because I want to always educate people. And so when the first time when we mentioned the word Tobago require evidence to play,
to everyone involved, all the organizers, the whole festival commission for actually just letting you all run with it, for taking you know that leap of faith, and
I mean, she becomes more beautiful.
There's always a thin line, you know,
and for me that was a beautiful moment in the rehearsal because I think young people didn't know.
And I look at all the interpretation. Sometimes we tend to go too far. Sometimes we don't go far enough. But this definitely delivered. You saw elements of the main range forest and all of that as well. You saw the beautiful fauna, the costuming was good, the music was good.
So 1 second, there was so many moments like that in my debut, but I want to call your process.
Shade Titus. So we have here Shade Titus. She is also one of the writers.
And I felt that she was my interpreter. If I'm doing something like this, there had to be education.
I mean, that initially is the genesis and the whole purpose of the Tobago Heritage Festival.
Because we need to know moving forward, because next year is 48
years, ask this question to Mr. Titus,
more years again, and I think it's fun.
So,
sorry.
No, your fan looks beautiful. You are the one to rein in
so
Miss
yeah, I felt that
Holder and Mr. Primer because they have a tendency
moving forward. You know, take what we learned from the past.
What really brought that process to you to really have that wisdom to say, well, we need a middle ground, even though that we're transcending into this beautiful drama landscape.
All of that and moving forward.
Yeah. Well,
a nice big calabash.
Well, I'm so happy that this production went off well. I know that really and truly persons would know what the nerves that you would be having before the stage, before the lights turn on. It's such a nerve-wracking thing to be a creative
audience, and I kept saying,
writing, and I know that things need to be
because you know sometimes you never know. It's almost like
to understand
created something and you say, oh my God, I hope people receive it.
So
it
to be received. And it was risky as well. It was risky, and it worked out.
It
worked out. It had purpose.
But it was a great process.
I think sometimes it's okay to look, to have a different perspective.
Yeah, no, but
and be confident in that perspective, whether you think people will accept it or not. And that was the choice we had to make.
And seeing it on stage.
So I made it. I made it. And I also want to say,
how you felt
if I don't say it,
the audience members are still there. We still have a couple of people in the house still.
This team,
just greeting and seeing persons. But it was such a
team of
wonderful
young,
production by you all and the team. Well written.
The process.
It was authentically Tobagonian. I felt so proud.
I have an idea for something. Okay, let's try it out. Let's see how it
that
works.
took me back to the days of when Shaw Park had
they understood
galvanized and all that theatre productions when we used to go and see Dr. Mark and Aljo and
so the young
Powder and all of them carrying it
kudos
on,
to young
and of
people.
course I want to say as well,
Tobago's future and legacy is in good hands.
Show to allow persons to come in
happy about
because
that.
I believe that this theatre production is one that you really had to follow from the beginning again because it has so many different small innovations to you.
Thank you so much.
You missed everyone involved, all the organizers, the whole Festivals Commission for actually just letting you all run with it, for taking the that leap of faith and just letting it because there's always a thin line walking the theatrical expression versus the average or the layman interpretation. Sometimes we tend to go too far, sometimes we don't go far enough. But this definitely delivered. You saw elements of the main ridge forest and all of that as well. You saw the beautiful fauna. The costuming was good. The music was good.
So 1 second. Before I know it's my interview, but I want to call a young people.
Shade Titus. So we have here Shade Titus. Yes. She's also one of the writers
of course.
as well.
The
transition I was telling her as well. Yeah, everything had a nice framing, my old school, a nice introduction.
Well, let me don't say it like that. She's still young, younger than
movement and personification on.
Thank you.
Let me ask this question to Mr. Titus though. You come on stage or prop. It was. So what went into the I heard that you are the one to rein in Miss Alma Gordon Holder and Mr. Primer because they have a tendency to go far, very far. So what really brought that process to you to really have that wisdom to say, well, we need a middle ground, even though that we're transcending into this beautiful drama landscape.
And storytelling and characters and bring it up
the best way
and presenting it in a different way to the audience.
I would have seen
not allow them to lose interest in our traditional forms and
really far. That's the way to put it. They have
heritage.
a high way of thinking, very intellectual way of thinking.
Choreographer for the play as well as the costume designer.
And it
works so well.
And I know that
popping.
Things need to
as I was telling Jared, someone even remarked in the audience while it was going on. It was very Peter Minshall.
They are thinking.
Very Peter Minshall.
I have to try to.
I think anybody would say that, yeah. And I mean, how long was this process in terms of putting the choreography together?
But it was a great process.
Opening night.
How long was it? In the world. Yeah, no, but it was a great process, and I would love to continue with it.
A month and 2 weeks. And of course, you were closely with Ochi as well because there you answered my question. I was just wondering how you felt about it. I mean, the audience members are still there. We still have a couple of people in the house still. Big ups to you and the whole entire team. We look forward to more from you all. It was a really wonderful start. Well written. Tobago Heritage Festival 2020. Authentically Tobagonian. I felt so proud. So there you have it, folks. Goosebumps. I remember certain things that took me back to the days of when Shaw Park had the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. This production was entitled She Becomes Dr. Mark, and we saw the entire story. And as you can see, the theme this year is carrying it on, and of course, I want to say as well, it was wisdom to sort of delay the show to allow persons to come in, because I believe that this theatre production is one that you really had to follow from the beginning, this wonderful landscape, because it has so many different small elements that resonate, will continue to live on in our hearts, you would miss, you will continue to live on in the stage, in our movement, in our song, in our dance. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it, you need to just go all the way back to the beginning to take into this production, right?
I'm proud to say that I taught him at Scarborough when he went to Scarborough too, as a theatre arts teacher.
Working hard behind the scenes, our cameraman, production staff, everybody. We just want to thank you all for sticking and tuning in tonight. It was such a wonderful production. And of course, you can check out more on the Tobago Heritage Festival at Tobago Heritage Festival Commission, or you can tap into TPAC on all their socials.
And well, see, he has his flowers.
Well deserved flowers. I'm Ryan McCool from all of us here. Akivo.
Love and blessings.
First of all, wonderful, brilliant work with the choreography. The transition, I was telling Alman as well, everything had a nice framing, to a nice introduction. It put a nice play and movement and personification on the folklore, superstitions, not just a ornament on stage or a prop. It was what went into the whole process?
I am a visual thinker, so that's what I start with. First, the vision of what I want it to be, and not neglecting the traditional form, still using the essence of our traditional folk movements and storytelling and characters, and bringing it off and presenting it in a different way to the audience, not allow them to lose interest in our traditional forms and techniques and living and culture and heritage.
Now, folks, he was the choreographer for the play as well as the costume designer.
Yes.
And it worked so well. The costumes were popping.
Thank you.
As I was telling Jared, someone even remarked in the audience while it was going on, it was very Peter Minshall-esque. Very Peter Minshall-esque.
I'll take that.
I think anybody would take that, yeah? And I mean, how long was this process in terms of putting the choreography together, the whole practicing for the opening night? How long was it?
This was about a month and 2 weeks.
A month and 2 weeks.
Yes,
and of course you work closely with OJ as well, because the
music and dance go hand in hand.
It was total absolution.
Yes,
total absolution. So I just want to say big ups to you and the whole entire team, and we look forward to more from you all. It was a really wonderful start to the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026.
Thank you very much.
Yeah? All right. So there you have it, folks. This was the opening gala production of the Tobago Heritage Festival 2026. This production was entitled She Becomes Whole, and we saw the entire story. As you can see, the theme this year is Let Me Tell the Whole Story. And the story started to come together tonight from just the genius and the vision of a man who was so dear and continued contributing to this wonderful landscape to his very last day, Mr. George Stanley Beard, and he will continue to live on in our hearts. He will continue to live on in the stage, in our movement, in our song, in our dance. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it, you need to just go all the way back to the beginning to take into this production, right? So from my technical director, Imo Jordan, and all our staff working hard behind the scenes, our cameraman, production staff, everybody, we just want to thank you all for sticking and tuning in tonight. It was such a wonderful production. And of course, you can check out more on the Tobago Heritage Festival at Tobago Heritage Festival Commission, or you can tap into TPAC on all their socials and you can get more information. So I'm Ryan McCool from all of us here. Love and blessings.
You're gonna walk in.